So, welcome to Module 5 of In-Body Potency, Out-Creating the MATRIX. And today I'd like to look at a bit more of the in-body component of that. And I'm going to actually have Rosie start out with that and start kind of getting us off into our topic. So I'll turn it over to Rosie.
Yay! Hi, everybody. Hi. So I just want to invite you to go onto mute for a couple minutes here and give yourself a minute to wiggle around a little bit and get comfy and kick your shoes off so that your feet can be free, and maybe have them on the floor, and unless you get the chance to be outside, and you can have them actually on the ground. And just drop into your breath and breathe into your body, into every cell, and just release all distraction and chaos. Today we're going to do a little bit more in-depth exploration today here. So I'm going to ask you to put your focus on your feet and your ankles and feel into, are you fully embodying your feet and ankles? Like, what % of you is there? And if you're getting less than 100%, take a moment to quietly express to your feet and ankles a gratitude that you feel for them. And in this moment, I'm feeling a gratitude that my feet are always willing to be out of the box, which has been their shoes all of their life, and they refuse to be in closed shoes now because they want to feel things, they want to be out there. And just feel into your gratitude and let your gratitude be the carrier to embodying fully your feet and ankles. And breathe again. And breathe more. Until you're feeling that 100%. And then move up into the whole of your legs. From your ankles up to your pelvis. And what % are you embodying energetically your legs? Wow. Think about everything your legs do for you. Oh. So if you're feeling a little less than 100%, take that minute to express gratitude for your legs. And as you do that, feel yourself just flowing into your legs. Perhaps they've just been waiting for your paying attention to them and coming into full presence with them. And breathe into that full presence with your legs. And then moving up your body, put your focus on your genitals. What % are you embodying your genitals? Oh, and even putting a focus on them, is that kind of lighting them up? Are you noticing that? Oh, I think going into 100% there could be pretty easy. And if it's not, just feel your gratitude. What's your gratitude in this moment for your genitals? And breathe into it. And breathe into it more. Until you're feeling that full 100% presence in your genitals. And then kind of moving around in that area, put your focus on your anus and your buttocks. And feel into what percent are you embodying that area? It's a beautiful area of release, isn't it? Let yourself feel into, if you're not at 100%, feel into your gratitude. I don't know about you, but I'm sitting on my buttocks right now. And it'd be really hard if it wasn't there. So feel into it, feel your gratitude and enjoyment until you are fully present and embodying your anus and your butt. And breathe into it, and breathe into it. Then moving around to the front of your body, what percent are you embodying your belly and your gut and your intestines? Wow. Think of how often we are invited to go with our gut response to something. This is a wonderful area. And if you're not 100% there, let your gratitude for this area of your body, for all the times you get a gut response, even if you don't pay attention to it, and let yourself be in 100% in your belly, in your gut, in your intestines. Then moving around to the back of your body again. What percent are you embodying your spine and your back? Are you letting someone or something else have your back? Time for you to have it, 100%. So breathe into and feel your gratitude for your spine and your back. Feel your gratitude until you let it carry you into full presence there and full embodiment with simple ease, of course. Then come back around to the front of your body and focus on your chest, your breasts, your shoulders. And just contemplate, what percent are you embodying this area of your body? This part of your body has a lot to do with how you face the world. how you be in the world. If you're less than 100% embodied, let a moment of gratitude take you there. And feel that response in your body as you fully come into simple embodiment there. Feel that tingling? Yeah. Ooh. Then go up to your neck. What percent are you embodying your neck? Feel all the way around the front of your neck. That's where your throat comes into the picture. Back of the neck. Wow, it holds up your head. How often do we take time to just appreciate our neck? Well, take a moment now. And in that appreciation, come into the full embodiment of the flow of energy in your neck. Ooh. Yeah. Then go up in your head. My goodness, that's probably a pretty easy place for many of us to go. But what percent are you fully embodying your head? Fully embodying all parts of your head, all parts of your face, all your senses, your eyes, your ears, your smelling, your tasting. Wow, there's so much in your head. And then there's your brain and your amygdala and all these cool parts. Whoa, lots to be appreciative here. So breathe in that gratitude and appreciation for all these parts of your head, so that when you find yourself up in your head, you can fully embody your head. Wow, feel that. Embodying all parts of your head. And now just let it all kind of meld together and let yourself luxuriate for a little moment in feeling fully embodied. Being in body together. And feel that energy flowing all the way through without separation. And we don't have to hold on to it because there's an endless supply. And when we open ourselves up to that flow, we don't have to get stuck in any points of view. We can just be in the flow simply with simple ease. Who would have thought? Then breathe through your feet into the earth. Connect with the consciousness of the planet. And breathe out and connect with infinite spaciousness. And feel the presence of your inalienable essence as you are simply present in your being and body. And feel how this presence can extend and connect out. And allow energy to flow in without needing to stop the flow or hold on to it. And how the whole of your body and being is your center and is your inalienable essence. Enjoy that and then extend out and enjoy all the other essential beings in this inalienable group and the group essence itself bigger than the collection of all of us. Letting the energy of each of us and all of us flow through us with ease as we wiggle our fingers and toes and our whole body and get ready to outcreate with Jaden the Fox. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Rosie. That was awesome.
Yay!
Thanks,
You're
Rosie.
welcome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Rosie.
Thanks, really delicious.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So where to start here? So does... Let me see, what's the direct place to go? So one of the things that has been... No, I want to jump into questions. So does anyone have questions on anything that this... I'd like to stay focused, if we can, around this for now. We'll open up kind of more general questions later, unless you have something burning. But stuff around the body and embodiment, and any questions around that? Or what do you notice what this does for you, or anything on that topic?
Jaden?
Yeah.
This is Julie Turner.
Hi.
So it's like I noticed almost all my levels were just like 40-ish, 50-ish, 60-ish%.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm like, okay, is that normal? Is that abnormal? Is that it's just where I'm at today in this moment in time, right?
So for me, it's been a process of making note of, like, where am I? Like, what's going on for me? What seems to be normal? What do I prefer? How is my life after I get more of me in my body? How does that shift or change things? For me, there was not very much of me in my body until I started to actually do this focus on getting more of me in my body, and that shifted something for me.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved the exercise.
Yay! I did too. Yeah.
So can I ask, is it possible to have more than 100%?
Why not?
Nice.
Gary will often use like 1,000% or some other, like, play with whatever works for you. I found there's something about, like, find what works for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes the other thing that I noticed about that is you could have like a ceiling and you're going 100% of that ceiling. So if 100% doesn't feel like that's enough for you, it might be that you have a ceiling there and you're feeling that and you want bigger than that.
Yeah, there's something that I'm reminded of, that expression of positive health. So it's 100% health plus all the extra juiciness that you can invite in.
Yeah. I like it.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Jaden?
Yeah.
Where am I? I've never felt like I'm in my body, but there's a part of me that feels like I'm quite graceful. I don't feel like I'm clumsy. And then I wonder if the part of me that doesn't feel like I'm in my body is manipulation. And I truly am in my body.
The manipulation part felt heavy to me, and that you are in your body felt light.
Okay.
So one of the other paradigms that I've been exploring with a lot lately, personally, is the notion of, so there's me, the infinite being, and then there's my body, which has also become an infinite being, or I have consciously worked with my body to bring it into being an infinite being. I've done that for 10 years now. and I don't know whether that's just natural or normal, or it's always been that way, or I have no clue. But what I notice is there are times when my body, the essence of my body, is out to lunch somewhere. Like, it's not here. So, like, there are times I can go, okay, what would it take to get Jaden 100% in the body, or 100% inalienable Jaden in the body? And I feel that shift, and I feel that kind of space, but I still don't feel whole and complete.
Mm-hmm.
And I will then ask, so what would it take to have 100% body here in the body? And when the essence of body comes in, it's different. Like, I can sense that's independent of me. Now, I can't explain exactly what's going on, or like what that is, but my question, I guess, to you would be, how much, so on average, what percent are you in your body? And what do you get? Everybody ask, on average, what percent are you in your body?
I don't get anything.
Okay, so more than 50%, less than 50%?
More. That's
Okay.
surprising.
More than 75, less than 75?
More is light.
Okay. Something feels a little odd in there. So all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, and all the definitions that you have of who you are, allow yourself to perceive all the definitions of who you believe you are. Like, there's this cluster of beings and energies that are grouped together in this package that you call you. And as you start to untangle more and you find, God, I've got all these aliens. Like, where the hell do these aliens come? And why are all these aliens? Like, all that kind of stuff. It's like, well, so who is actually you? So I just have to perceive all of the components and pieces that you have claimed and owned as you.
Oh, that's good.
And what are all the DJCCs you have about that? All the projections, expectations, rejections, separations you have about that? All the form, structure, and significance you have about that? Oh, my Lord. Okay. So everything that all those, and all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog they have about all that. Everything, all that is, can we just choose to just try and create it all?
Yes.
Resent, invoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, right, yeah. Ooh. Wow. So, wow, a lot of energy moving there. So allow yourself to perceive all the false definitions of you that you have, that you're carrying around and claiming and owning as you. They can be pieces of body, they can be pieces of your body's essence, or your body's spirit, or your body's soul, whatever you want to call that. But they're pieces of something that is not you. They can be other beings, they can be other stuff. So what are all the things that you're claiming and owning as you that don't actually belong to you?
Wow,
And everything that all of that is, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Rescind, evoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, that appears. And I'm reminded that one of the awarenesses that I have, that I've not talked about it because I don't have a big enough context for it, although I'm going to start talking about it, so who knows, is that, like, what if what we're doing is about identity? Michelle forwarded a comment to me that Dane had said that the who, what, where, when, why clearings have been probably one of the most impactful processes that he's been using on himself to get like big clarity. And I would echo that for me. It's the reason I built it in here. And when we get to the part of talking about building your day, and like how you start your day and how to clear and find you at the start of your day. Today might be the day to do that. that when you, for me, that who, what, where, when, why clearing is really an untangling of identity. So what I had looked at is when I was caught in all of my stuff, it's like, well, is this an entity or me? And then it moved into, is this a creature, demon, or me? Or is this a walk-in or me? Or is this an alien or me? Like the picture keeps getting bigger, but what it's all coming back to is, who is me? And what are all of the identity pieces or identity components that I've taken on from my parents, from my community, from civilization as a whole, that are causing me to identify with things that are not my essence. So what is everything that you are identifying with that is not your essence, that is not your inalienable soul, is not your inalienable essence, is not your inalienable frequency? It's like people are in this space of like, well, who am I? What am I here to do? What are my gifts? What are my capacities? Well, when you're standing in you, you know all those things. They're just right there. They're just there. You can't not be them. So if you're not in that space, what are you being that is causing you to be not you? And how can you let go of all the not you and just effortlessly stand in the simplicity of you-ness, the essence of the inalienable, unchangeable, unmanipulatable aspect of you that just has this simple ease about its existence. So allow yourself to connect to that part of you that has that, just that simple ease about its existence. When there's no rules there, when there's no structure there, when there's no form there, when there's nothing you need to do, there's just this simple ease, and it's just you. And now find all the stuff that is not you. All the stuff you're trying to make you that doesn't belong to you. All of the things that you think should be you, or that you've been conditioned to believe are you, or you've just not had enough awareness to tease out the pieces, and so there was this big generic pile of things called you. So find all the stuff that is not you, that you're claiming and owning is yours, and expand out, perceive more, and expand out, perceive more, and expand out, perceive all of it. And all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of that, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes, I choose that.
Resent, invoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, but yeah. So, let's do the who, what, where, when, why. So, I'm going to do the you, someone else, something. So, choose who, what, where, when, why are you being or not being? You, someone else, something else.
Oh,
Which is lighter?
something else.
My whole brain just fried on that.
Something else.
Cool, short circuit. Okay, so everything that is not you, everything that is someone or something else, can we just try and create your attachment to it, please?
Yes.
Resend, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize,
Vaporize.
make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, approximate, yeah. And just feel the energy of this. Don't let your mind give you stuff, or if it does, just ignore it. So truth, who are you? Just feel the energy of what comes up. Who are you? Truth, what are you? There you go. Truth, when are you? Wow. Truth, where are you? Wow. And truth, why are you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And everything that all of that really interesting point of view package pile of stuff is, can we choose to just create it all?
Yes.
Master send evoke can't reclaim renounce denounce just trying to create vaporize
Vaporize.
make null void good bad right wrong pot pock shits blizz beyond side of the
Jaden,
yeah
I haven't been able to get a single answer on any question you've asked.
cool.
I know, isn't it? It's just all like, it's just like, I don't know if it's not there or if it's just really, really shut down, clamped down. There's nothing.
Yeah, not there didn't feel light. Shut down, clamp down felt light. Who or what have you turned over permission, authority, and control over the natural sources of your body's information to? Like, who have you? Yeah. So, what other words do I use in there? So, choose who is in control of your body. Choose who is in control. Just feel the energy of it. Choose who is in control of the information, the native information sources or the natural information sources of your body. Choose who's in control of the flow of information in your body. That's an interesting one. Wow. Truth. Yeah, so all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around that, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Resend, evoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, and beyond. I'm going to do a dance I've done with Jen before. This may be weird for most of you, but like just kind of watch the energies that are here. So, Jen, you don't have the right to be in your body. It's not your body. You're not authorized to be there. I'm sorry. It's not available, and it will never be available to you.
I'm smiling.
Are you smiling, or is someone or something else smiling?
Something else is smiling.
Wow.
Thank you. Now, pay attention to what that someone or something else is. And where is it? And is it alien or something else?
Something else?
That feels heavy. So if it's not that one, what do you guess it is?
It must be alien. Wow, that's so weird. There's no lightness. Wow, that's just really crashing down in my skull. Yep.
Yep. So freeze, tie down, tie up, freeze, 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 freeze. I'm grabbing layers. Freeze, 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 freeze. Wow. Everything that you said that you would do for these beings, everything these beings said they would do for you, can we just try and create all those?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Send, evoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize times the gadzillion, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, and beyond. And all the reciprocal agreements. What are all the agreements you have in their reality? All the access you have in their reality? All of the rights, roles, and responsibilities you have in their reality?
Wow.
Wow. And what are all the access that they have in your reality? Holy fucking shit. All the rights and roles and responsibilities they have in your reality? Wow. Everything, all that is, can we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes. I choose that now.
Yes, I
Make null,
choose
void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shits, business, beyond, vaporize. Vaporize times the gadzillion. Vaporize. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shits, right, beyond. And the prime creator, have these beings removed, recycled permanently. Out of the game, exit now. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shits, right, beyond. Vaporize. Vaporize. Vaporize.
Wow.
Vaporize. Vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, and beyond.
Well, that put space in my head.
Wow. So we're gonna. I'm not sure. This is probably a week or two away. We're gonna start looking at the different viewpoints about the structure of the players in the game that are not you.
Yep.
And So I want to ask you some questions. Just see what's light here, Jen. Truth, was that a looks being, or lux being, or something else?
I'm getting nothing for either.
Okay. Okay. Was that being in service to primordial man or something else?
Something else.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So, is it part of the control system, or is it part of a resistance to the control system?
I think the resistance.
But do you notice that that feels kind of squirrely?
Yeah, it was weird. The lightness kind of like slid parallel almost.
Yeah. So what are all the places that you have been convinced, this is for everybody, what are all the places that you've been convinced that there are beings that are actually on your side working towards your agenda when they actually are not?
Wow.
Wow.
And expand out, perceive more. Expand out, perceive more. Expand out, perceive all of it. Oh my. And everything that all of that is, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond. So it's like, here's this weird dance that I'm doing with you is like, if I can get you to see your role in the universe, your place in the universe, then you can start to see who these other players are, and you can start to question all of their motives and all of their agendas. So this coming the next week's call is actually a no call, so we're not going to meet on the call, but I'm going to give you an ebook, or actually an audiobook, I'm sorry, that is George Kavasilis doing Our Journey Home. And he's going to give you his viewpoint on the universe. And I want to give you, and I want to kind of preface that it is his viewpoint on the universe. He had the experience where some family that he is a part of basically took him up and spent months kind of touring him around the universe and showing him things and explaining things from their civilization's point of view. And it's like everybody has a point of view, and some of them are more useful than others. And his point of view happens to be useful until it's not useful anymore, like all the other point of views. So what I'd like to do is I'm gonna give you his audiobook, and he's gonna walk you through his view of the universe and the players and the dance in it. And what I found is that it really helped me to see who I be relative to all these other players. And what I'd like you to do when you do this is to check your heavier and lighter all the time. What I liked about his work is it was obvious to me personally when it was heavy. When it was light, it was light. When it was heavy, it was heavy. And so it wasn't that mix heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, light where I had to do a lot of untangling. It was cleaner for me to listen to his material. But really pay attention to what is light and what is not light for you, and keep your attention on the concept of what if you're an infinite being that is from outside of all of this, and you're coming in and you're having George explain to you his viewpoint or his family's viewpoint, his historical viewpoint about what this universe is and how it's put together and how it works and how it looks. And we're going to then explore other paradigms of how the universe is put together. But once you get this bigger perspective and keep in mind your connection to that, like what if you're from outside of this whole thing? What if you were kind of dropped into this universe and like you're just kind of figuring this out. Like, who are the players? What are the games being played here? And what is my dance in all of this? Okay, that's what I'd like you to explore from, is the point of view of you're an infinite being. And it will tangle you, and you'll clear, and there's interesting points of view in there, and you'll clear, or you won't, like whatever. Like, do the dance with that information. That'll be kind of our next week's call, is to go through, and I'll give it to you before the call, but it'll be later in the week. Start playing with his perspectives. So all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around, all of that stuff, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Rescind,
Yes,
revoke,
we
can't
should
reclaim,
do that.
renounce, just trying to create, make null, void. As a
Okay.
sovereign being, free will universe, times the Godzillion, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, and beyond. So like George, I've had experiences of being all over out in the universe and engaging, some of it consciously and some of it not consciously, with a lot of different beings. And as we go along, I'm going to give you more resources that you can connect to if they're interesting to you, to explore more of some of this on your own. And what I found is every being has a viewpoint. Whether that being is a being who, one of my favorite beings is a being who is the energy of membrane. So tap into the energy of membrane. Your body is made of, like every cell is contained by a membrane. Like your skin is a membrane that holds all of this stuff together, that's made of other membranes. Like you're like a collection of membranes. Tap into the being that is the energy of membrane. Its role is to separate this from that. That's what it loves to do, and that's what it does really well, is separate this from that. You stay here, you stay there, and I'll let certain things come through in this direction and certain things come through in this direction based on what is required here. But it's a being of membrane. So allow yourself to perceive, what does membrane know? And now allow yourself to tap into the membrane that separates this universe from other universes. It's still a membrane. It does the same job, but it has a different perspective, or does it? Like, what does that being that separates this universe from everything else, what's that being's viewpoint? What does that being know? And now find the membrane that separates the multiple universes from everything else. And what viewpoint does that being have? Now let's tap into the membrane that separates the definition of the planet of Earth from everything else. Oh, that's very strange. Wow, that's quite chewed apart, actually. Do you feel how weird that one is?
Yeah.
Like like in my reality, it feels almost like it's moth-eaten and like it's chewed apart. Like there's not much subsistence there.
It feels
That's
weird.
So all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around, all of that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyonds, vaporize. So like every being in the universe has a viewpoint. How useful is that viewpoint relative to you, and how can you make that work to your advantage? It's not how can I use this being, it's how can I use this being's perspective to assist me in perceiving more of what is true about me and my interconnection with it and with all that is. Do you see how I use that? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not using the being, I'm using that being's perspective. So I'll stand in that being's shoes and I'll look at me. Or I'll stand in that being's shoes and I'll look at a situation that I'm in. Now, is that the truth? No, it's that being's perspective. So look at your life through the lens of the membrane of this universe. Look at you from the perspective of the membrane of this universe. And just feel how that being perceives you. And it's just information. And now, how can you use that information to allow you to know more of the truth of you? Just feel that. Wow. And allow yourself just to receive that information. It's just energy. Just allow yourself to receive that. Wow. And now expand to the size of the multiverse and find a membrane that separates some multiverses from some other multiverses that perceives you. And allow yourself to perceive how that being perceives you. What is that being's viewpoint about you?
Wow.
And now allow yourself to tap into a membrane that is related to the structure, the house that you are currently in or that you live in. Like, it could be the walls around. It could be the sheeting that's on the walls. It could be the outside of the wall. Something that's the membrane that is the house that you're in, or the structure that you're in. And allow yourself to perceive how that membrane perceives you. It's just information. Now, this is just a membrane. This isn't some highfalutin being that's trying to control the world. This is just a membrane, and it has information about who you be.
Jaden?
Yes.
Would you recommend, like, to which me? Is it like me as infinite being, or me like as persona? And yeah, I just did it like, yeah, and
that's a really good question. So it's like all of those, play with all of that, like, because both of those are useful. Like, okay, so how does the membrane so go back to the membrane for separating the universe. This universe's membrane. And allow yourself to perceive how that membrane perceives the everything that you call me, everything that you define as you, whether it's you or not. And there's information there. And now allow yourself to ask that being to show you how that being perceives your inalienable essence. Wow. Do you feel how different that is?
Yes, the one was like contracted, like inwards. The other one was very like glowing, and yeah. I just shapeshift into it. Is this a good idea? Yes, I suppose it is, right? I like to do like stuff like I tune in by shapeshifting into its perspective, so to speak. Like, it's cool. It's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that's one way of saying it.
Yeah.
So all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, oxygen, beyond, vaporize. So the most useful component here, and I'll keep communicating this over and over again in different ways, is every being has a point of view, a perspective, and it isn't necessarily your perspective. You can claim and own that being's point of view, to get information, but it isn't you and it isn't your truth. But it helps you to perceive you and what your truth is if you choose to use it that way. But also realize that every being has an agenda. So tap into the agenda that is the membrane for this universe. Okay? Like there's this strong agenda there. Like it's like, boom, like I need to keep this together.
Yes.
I'm here to like, you know, it's got this really, okay? So that's the agenda of that particular being. Now tap it, find a cell in your left toe. Cell in your left toe. Now find a membrane that's around that cell in your left toe. And tap into that being's viewpoint. Or that cell's viewpoint, or that membrane's viewpoint, I'm sorry. And then tap into the agenda of that membrane. So there you go. That's really cool. So all the Shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog you have around all of this, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes, I choose this.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, bliss, and nice, beyond. So if every being has a viewpoint and an agenda, how can I use all of their viewpoints and all of their agendas to my advantage for my simple ease? It doesn't mean I'm manipulating them. It means I'm using their viewpoint and their, what I know, the information that I gain about their agenda and their viewpoint to help me understand me and see how I can interact with more ease and more simplicity within this universe.
You're asking to increase your awareness.
Radically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you do this with any being? Or what about like asking for permission and stuff? Or is it a good idea to just tune in like to, meaning we are infinite beings, so it should be like no big deal, right?
Do beings ask permission to interact with you? Not so much? What if every being is naturally aware of every other being's agenda and point of view?
Yeah.
What if that's just like, duh? So when a police officer comes into your reality, are you aware of their agenda and their point of view?
Yeah, at least
pretty much. Pretty much. When you let me go simpler. When you go to the cash register person at the local supermarket or your local market, are you aware of that being's agenda and point of view in terms of their employment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like they're there to do a certain function and they have a certain point of view about what their job is and what you're supposed to give them and what they're supposed to get from you. And like, you just know what their role is. You just know that. And so it's an easy transaction because you know where they stand. What if you could do that with every being in the universe? It's not some mystical, angelic being that's here to save you and show you all the thing. It's, oh, that's that being, and it's gone through this process in its existence so far. So it has this perspective on all that is, and its agenda, where it's headed, and what it's looking to explore in all that is this. And so this being can perceive this topic and this information, and it has this viewpoint and this bias and this limitation. And is that useful to me? It might be. It might not be. But to say, oh, it's an angel, and it can help me because it knows everything. Do you see where that takes you? Like, you're not using your capacity to become aware to see what does this being know and how can this be helpful to me? Or can it even be helpful to me?
Jaden?
Yes.
Can you repeat? You just said you said something else. You said, what is its simple limitation, which I love. You said something else. So when you're poking around in there, you're looking for its perspective, its agenda, its limitation, and was there another one in there?
Point of view and agendas, basically.
Yeah, you're actually taking it deeper than I was actually going. So you're grabbing other layers. Like I talk into other layers. You're grabbing other layers. You're grabbing psychic information. Yeah.
Okay.
So Jaden?
It feels like you've got it.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, Sharon?
I'm feeling just totally lost. I mean, I'm just the whole membrane thing. It's like you're telling me to do something, and it's like, yep, okay, and it's tap into this, and it's like, yep.
Yeah. So how is mind feeling about all this?
Well, I was trying to ignore the mind and trying to sense it in with the body, but either way, I'm not getting anything. I just don't seem to be tapping into this at all.
Okay.
It's like I'm lost or something.
Okay. So that feels really heavy. Does that feel heavy to you when you say that?
Lost. Actually, saying that I'm feeling lost, that does feel kind of heavy.
Yes. So what if you are actually being aware, but it's so far out of your box, so far out of the construct of what is normal in your reality that like you don't have a reference point for it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but a lot of stuff that you do is kind of that way, but I've been able to at least tap into it and get something. This is like nothing. It's like even with a toe, it was like okay.
Yeah. See what I'm hearing in your voice. So all the shit, you stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around it. Can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, benai, beyond.
So I've been silently saying that as you have been doing all this stuff. I've been silently getting rid of all.
I get it. So what I'm hearing behind what you're saying is frustration.
Yes, absolutely massive.
And who does that frustration come from? You, your body, or some control system?
Wow.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what we're doing right now is we're playing in a language that goes outside of the control system. The control system has no fucking clue about this, and it irritates the piss out of it. Like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? I don't understand any of this. This is not right. You need to come back here. There's something wrong with this. This is not right. You feel that? And the crowd said, yeah, we feel that.
That was awesome.
Sorry.
I love it.
That's me.
So all the shit, you stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, around all of that, and all the places where you're taking on alien viewpoints or control system viewpoints or mental constructs as you, can we destroy and create all of that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, vaporize, 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 make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas,
Can I share my awareness here?
Sure.
Because when you say check out the cell and the membrane, the being is controlling this cell. For example, I just get a cell in your eye, yeah? This cell is only allowed to grow in certain way. So when you say perceive the membrane controlling this earth, so everything within this membrane is allowed to do certain things. So what this kind of being is kind of controlling what is within the membrane?
No, there's no control in there. I never used the word control.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I know. But I like, and control system looks at things through control. It's like, so wait a minute, is there another being that's controlling things that I should know about here? No, it's like, I'm just kind of playing with it. It's like
Well,
the
maybe
membrane
not controlling, maybe allowing things to get in.
The membrane is just being the membrane.
Okay.
Your cell is just being that cell. It doesn't think about control. It's just being who it is, who it bees. It's just being who it bees. And in that, it just so happens to do a certain job of filtering of what goes in what direction and what goes in another direction.
Yeah, yeah.
It has no desire to control that. It just bees that.
So what I mean is, this membrane, for example, in the eye, it will only create eye cells.
No, it's just being what it bees.
Okay.
There's another layer of system that invites cells into being certain things. Feel that? You see the difference there?
Yeah. Like,
hey, I need some cells who can go be an eye cell, who can play this role. Who wants to do that? Yeah, I do. And they go over and they go do that.
Domingo, who are you collecting information for?
I wonder. Because what I'm getting, I'm within I'm like a cell, and then I allow to be only certain things.
Right. So notice the word allow.
Yeah.
Control. So are you perceiving you? Are you perceiving a control system or something else?
Something else.
Okay. So are you running through, are you in a filter that allows you to perceive the world through the eyes of the control system?
Well, yeah.
So allow yourself, everybody, to perceive all of the filters and mechanisms that let you perceive the world through the twisted and distorted, like it's very not native, the viewpoint of the control system or of beings who are seeking to dominate and control.
Ooh.
All of the lenses, all of the filters, all of the implants, all of the explants that are seeking to get you to a space where you see the world through their eyes. Everything that all that is, can we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes, I choose
Yes,
it.
I choose
Resent,
it.
revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond. Is that how they go? Wow.
May I share something?
Yeah.
I just on impulse did like tune into my endocrine system, the being, and then it felt like a bit, so I simply shifted into something different. So this like, it reminded me a bit like of the Deo, is like that every body system has a spirit. So basically we could ask it to change, right? Or
there's something in the way you're describing the body parts and the body systems that feels constrictive there.
Okay.
There is kind of a spirit of essence of, but not as a being. I don't perceive it as being.
Okay.
I perceive it as collective. So all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all this, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Make no void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond, vaporize, 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 good, bad, right, pop, action, beyond. It's like, I think it's somebody breathing into their microphone. It's like,
yeah, this could be this me. It's just kicks.
Yeah. So okay. It's like, what is all the form, structure, and significance that for everybody, what is all the form, structure, and significance that you have about your cells and about your body parts and about your body's organs and about their location and about their function and about what they're supposed to do and how they run and who controls them and how it all works. What is all the form, structure, significance? What are all the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations? Wow. What are all the projections, expectations, rejections, and separations? And everything that all of that is, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes, I choose that.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, make null, void as a sovereign being, free will universe times a gazillion. Vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong. Pop actions, but I beyonds. Because wow. Yeah, there's no words for that. So what energy, space, and consciousness can you be that would allow yourself to perceive all of the parts and organs and systems in your body as they actually are, as they actually be, rather than how you are told or shown to view them with simple ease?
Could you ask that again, Jaden, please?
I don't know if but just feel the energy of that. Just intend to grab that and feel the energy of that. And all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around that, can we destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, actions, but not beyonds. So what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to perceive your organs and membranes and parts and pieces and systems and structures exactly as they truly be, rather than how you were told to perceive them, or told to understand them, or told to know them? Yeah, that gets really heavy, though. So what is... Wow, yeah. Okay, just receive that. Wow. What is all the information about how you were told to perceive and know what and how the body is, and what and how the body functions, and what the pieces and parts are? Wow. Wow. And expand out, perceive more. Expand out, perceive more. And expand out, perceive all of it. Allow yourself to perceive all the textbook points of view, all the scientific points of view, all of the doctoral points of view,
Propaganda.
all of the propaganda, all the propaganda's points of view. Wow.
Alternative medicine.
Wow.
Yeah.
All the alternative medicine's point of views.
Mm-hmm. Ancient medicine.
All of the ancient medicine's points of view.
Mm-hmm.
Ancestral points of view.
Wow. All the ancestral points of views. Wow.
All the cultural points of view.
All the cultural and all the cultures on the planet and beyond.
Yes.
All the alien points of views.
Mm.
Animals
All the animals' points of views.
and plants and stuff.
All the plants, all the beings. How about all the points of views of all the beings that exist across all time, space, dimensions, realities, beyonds?
That does about does
How about all the future ones?
Including the
Past,
future.
present, and future.
Yes.
Past, present,
Across all
future.
time, space,
Across all
reality,
timelines. And now expand out, perceive more.
No.
And now expand out, perceive all of it.
Whoa.
All of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. And everything that all of this information is, and they're just fixed pieces of information. And it may have been true at some point, but there is so much change going on, like what is true now? And what do we want to be true in the future? And what are we going to independently choose as infinite beings? And how much does all of this lock us down? So what if we can just take all this information and go, Thank you. That's a really interesting point of view, and destroy and create all that. Can we do that?
Yes.
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 Do you choose to destroy and create all those really interesting things?
I
Yes,
chose
I
it.
now.
Yes, times a godzillion.
Times a godzillion. Resend, revoke, can't reclaim, announce, destroy and create, vaporize, vaporize, make null void, vaporize. Times a godzillion as a sovereign being in the sovereign body of a free will universe across all time, space, and beyonds. Make null void, vaporize.
Vaporize. Let's play Jaden. Let's go.
Sheila's ready. Oh yeah.
Let's go.
It feels really, really light.
So what awareness can you now receive about what you, the infinite being, know about the truth of your body and your body's systems and your body's parts and your body's organs and stuff? Just feel that. What do you, the infinite being, know to be true about the infinite being of your body? And just receive that. Just receive that.
Well, that got me out of my
Wow.
Jaden, this
Yeah.
is Shilpa. I have a
Yeah.
quick question.
Yeah.
So I'm getting this, right? But there's one thing that's still bothering me is the weight gain. Like people are so obsessed with thing, and I'm, I guess, somewhat obsessed with, okay, how do I lose weight or stuff like that. So how is that? Is that a point of view from people, or if your body's, if you're an infinite being, how do you change that?
You clear all the points of view you have about it, and find out what your infinite being knows about it, and you untangle it. It's the tangle of points of view that bind things in place. So part of it is the expansion of, not your body, but the expansion of your awareness about what's going on. But it's like when you start, like you gotta. It's like in my process, I just pick a topic that's up for me, and I clear until it's not up for me. Is it resolved? Not necessarily, but I then ask questions and I move on and I wait for something to come back again, whether it's a new awareness or whether it's another thing to clear. And I just keep. I don't have any.
attachment to the outcome.
Yeah, like I don't.
That's the hard part.
I don't care where it goes. I'm just. It's more like an ongoing play thing. I'm playing with this thing, and what's fascinating is in the people that I work with, people who have a fixed point of view about this needs to change. I'm sorry, that ain't. It's not even worth working on. Like, it's not even worth going there because you have it so locked down because this needs to change. It's ironically not until you have no form, structure, significance. Like, if it changes, it changes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, who cares? All of a sudden, now you're not constricted into all these locked-in points of view. There's space, and you can actually start asking questions and seeing the weirdnesses that are there that are tangling things up. And weight is one of those things that even Gary just kind of goes off. Like, I'm not going to engage that. There's too many tangles, and like. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in America, it's become a national obsession around obesity. But what's fascinating is I live in a culture here in Hawaii where when you engage the native Hawaiians, that's called mana, power. If you're thin, you don't have mana. Like, it's a completely different paradigm. Here, when you're big, Like, you are potent. Big.
I am moving to Hawaii.
It totally is a different thing. You see these big ladies walking around, and they call them muumuus, and it has nothing to do with their being big. They're these just very big flowy dresses, and they have these beautiful adornments on, and they are as proud as can be of their bigness, because this is my mana. This is my potency. This is my lineage. And you can't touch this. Like, that's the energy that's there. And you don't mess with those people. You're like, hi, Auntie. like, aloha, Auntie. Like, you don't mess with those people, because they are.
And you should see them dance.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's amazing. So, like, and I'm not saying that is the right point of view. Don't get me wrong. It's a different point of view that gives you contrast to what's going on, that helps you to unlock the very interesting points of view that you happen to be holding for whatever reason you've been holding them. So it's literally one of those things where you just keep going down the thing of, like, what other points of view do I have here? And start with significance. You want to get to a place where you don't care whether you change it or not. You're absolutely, totally fine just the way it is. That's the starting place for change. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, but it sounds like a catch-22. In order to get there, you have to be there. In order to be there, you have to get there. So how the hell do you get there? I've been choosing it for a long time for myself, just for changing anything.
Sharon?
I choose it.
You choose it. That's it. And how long does that take? Right there. I choose it. Now, some things are easier to choose, and some things have more crap that prevents you, or more manipulation that prevents you from choosing. I'm choosing to not be affected by dogs barking in my neighborhood. All 6,500.
That's not every
That's where it came from. That's yours. I thought it was mine.
And like I've found there's an immense amount of manipulation that gets me to keep making that wrong, so I can't choose to be okay with it.
Yeah. So what do you do with that?
I just keep working at it. I've been working with Marilyn, Marilyn. I'm sorry, my brain is not. Marilyn. Around communicating with the animals here to untangle things. And what she came to she brought in, she's like, I know you probably know this already, but like, are you aware of the aliens that are manipulating with these dogs and that are all over the place? And no, I was not. And so
and is that because you have so many points of views about it?
There are a lot of points of view around it, yes.
And that's why the aliens are...
Well, I don't want to create more tangle in something I'm untangling by defining what is what. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to align and agree with something that's going to take me into limitation. But let's just say that I'm opening up, as the more I open into realizing, wow, okay, so there's other beings, creatures, aliens, demons, and God knows what else, entities that actually rile up these animals, and then inside of me there's something that goes, oh, this isn't right. They shouldn't be doing that. Somebody should be making those dogs quiet. Like, you can't concentrate. Like this isn't right. Okay, so it's like there's a collective of things going on. And mine is to untangle my viewpoints enough and become aware on a bigger and a bigger and a bigger scale. And that has made just that shift, her showing me that, has allowed me to let go of, because I realized not only am I being manipulated, but the dogs are being manipulated. Mm-hmm. So what can I do to change that? So I've been doing clearings within a 1 mile radius around my house. And I keep untangling, and I keep having less points of view about it.
Jaden.
Yes.
There's a part of me that believes that there's something that has to be so much easier to untangle all of this stuff by
when
just...
you find it, let me know.
Okay. There's a part of me that knows that to be true.
Yeah.
And so I resist all the clearing and the questions and my mind just does this, what do I want to say? It's just like this mind fuck of tangles.
Yeah.
You know? And I know there's something that's so easy.
Yeah.
But, okay, what is it?
So like, for instance, for me, let me give you an example. I was doing with people, when I was doing the resolving fractures card, it used to have entity clearing rundown. It used to have demon clearing rundown. It used to have when the creature clearing rundown, and when the alien piece came in, I'm like, oh my God, there is no way I'm going to do it. There's just no way I'm going to do that. And it felt so heavy to do all those clearings. I was so irritated by those clearings.
Yeah.
That's my way of telling, what if that's my way of telling me, or your way of telling you, that you have another thing available. So now when I sense that irritation, it's I'm using an antiquated system, and there is something that's way better just sitting there, and I'm not opening to it. So I start asking questions around it. How else can I clear this?
Yeah.
What else is possible
with
here?
simplicity.
What's a simple, easy way of doing this? And I just keep asking questions, and I keep exploring, and something starts to pop up in my universe, and Vaporize comes along. Like, like, okay.
Why not receive it? Like, what energy space? How could I receive? What would I receive to clear all of this? Like after even like 1,000 years of clearing instantly, and then simply simultaneously receive and release.
Probably.
Yeah. So
probably something like a fart or a burp or something.
Up in the body.
That was awesome. Fart. Yes.
That should go on SoundCloud.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, God.
It's the new modality. F period, A period, R period, T period.
Just fart.
Oh, and Sheila's leading that movement.
That movement.
Is that a ball movement?
That might be connected sometimes.
It might.
No. Oh my! Wow.
Awesome.
Okay.
So all the shit, you stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and bog around, all of that. Can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Send, evoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop action, that beyond. And let's do Michael's suggestion. So what are all the things, allow yourself to perceive, what are all the awarenesses and all of the upgrades, all of the things that are sitting in your universe, just waiting for you to become aware of them, that would allow your life to be simpler and more easy than ever before. And more fun and more delightful and more playful and less work than ever before. What are all those awarenesses that are just right there already? And all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind the book, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, make null void. It's a sovereign being, free will universe, times a godzillion. Vaporize. And allow yourself to receive.
It's alien manipulation there.
Airplane, shoot it down! I don't know who thinks of that stuff, but that's where my brain goes, oh, airplane, shoot it down.
Hey, Jaden, would you answer me, or not answer me a question, but I need some awareness here. I keep getting that the things that I would like to change in my body. Well, I keep getting that I have fractures. That I have a fracture over here. I have 2 fractures that control money. I have a fracture over here that controls all my gifts, talents, and abilities. Another fracture over here that controls the body, and another one that controls the awareness. So, and is that just crap? Sometimes I think that that's what I get, and that's true for me. And I've been working on trying to get my fractures back in, or asking them to come back in, or whatever, doing all the clearings. Anyway, I have no idea. So I'm just kind of
I could perceive what you were perceiving, and it didn't feel like there wasn't truth in there.
Didn't feel like there wasn't. It didn't feel like there wasn't truth in it.
The mind fuck.
Yeah.
There was.
I'm already in one of those. Thank you.
So,
I thought that was a mind fart.
It can be a mind fart. I actually like mind fart better. Yeah.
Me too.
And I want to say it that way. I resist saying it the other way. There is truth in there, but there's something there that also feels like it's a limitation.
Yeah, exactly.
All of my awareness is locked in this fracture over here. Is there significantness, an interesting word. Is there a significant awareness locked in that fracture? Absolutely. I feel that. But are you making it significant?
Yes.
Yes, well, of course, that's what humans do, right? We're trained to make things significant. When you watch parents deal with kids don't find anything significant for the most part. When they're in play, nothing's significant. What, mom needs this? Oh, not significant. So parents require significance. So it's like, how much conditioning have we received around significance? Well, I just have to perceive all the conditioning, side note, all the conditioning you received around significance. And all the significators, all the technologies and magics that prompt you to make things significant, to look for significance. All of the Wernicke's commands, booby traps that promote or lead you to significance. All of the alters or fractures that are programmed to keep reminding you to find significance. All of the stacks, stringers, and implants that work towards generating significance. Across all time, space, dimensions, realities, alters, fractures, parallels, domains, realities, realms, can we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes, I choose.
Resent, invoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize. Vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, benign, beyonds. You picture a bumper sticker on a car. What can I make significant today? Okay, maybe not. And wow, there's this. Wow. Okay, there's sadness here. That's very interesting. So, wow. Okay, so let's feel into the energy of how can all of these energies be a contribution to my body and my being with simple ease? Allow yourself to perceive these energies in a way that they're a contribution to you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Wow. 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 And all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this, can we just choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Rescind, evoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, beyonds. I'm going to give you partner home play this week that plays with looking at simple ease. What I just felt in there is this thing of like, wow, we're in all this infinite space and it's so simple, but it's like, I can't actually live there because it's too simple. Like, I can't function from that space because it's too simple. And it's like, well, what if that is the space you naturally function from is a space of simple. Like if you allow everything in your reality to function simply, it like serves you, like the universe caters to you. Like simple is what if simple is extremely powerful? I'd like you to play, I'll give you a whole list of different spectrum clearings to play with partners, but I'm going to do simple, ease, using things to your advantage, and being used or to be used, to possess, to control. And I'll give you a list of some things to play with. I can feel all the all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and all the energies that come up around that. Notice that just kind of dead and simple. Like it's just like yeah, and it's just all those points of view take things out of simple. So everything that, or what if just all those points of view take things out of simple? So everything that all of those interesting points of view are, can we choose to destroy and create them all?
Yes.
I choose this.
Yeah, rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, yeah.
Jaden?
Yeah.
I'm still kind of left here. So, am I really? Can you perceive that the things that I want to change in my body is locked up in a fracture, or that some of these things are locked up in fractures, or is this just bullshit? Am I just bullshitting myself? You know what I mean? Am I just not seeing?
Yeah, let yourself tap into that. Go there. Let yourself go there. Let yourself go there. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Just like fall into that space. Yeah. And what are all the stacks and stringers? Allow yourself to perceive all of the times that space has been triggered to cause you to shut down, cause you to lock down. Wow. And all the stack stringers, implants, all of the Wernicke's commands, and all the booby traps that are in and around all of this, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, right, beyond. Like that was the energy of powerless.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, like I'm just powerless. There's just nothing I can do.
And I know that's bullshit, but
right. But it's an energy that's there, and there's a lot of anchors for it. Allow yourself to perceive. Allow everybody to perceive what are all the anchors to powerless that you have across all time, space, dimensions, realities beyond. And what's interesting is powerless starts to come up when you start walking into your power. If you're not moving into your power, powerless just kind of stays in the background and kicks up when it needs to. But like when you start doing, yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah. So allow yourself to perceive all the seeds of powerless. Allow yourself to perceive all the creation points for powerless. Wow. Allow yourself to perceive all of the decision points that led up to those creation points for powerless. Wow. And what percentage of those were free choice? And what percentage of those were disguised manipulation? Oddly enough. So everything that all of those creation points and all of those decision points for powerless are, can we just choose to destroy and create them because we just see the manipulation that they were?
Yeah.
Yes, I
choose this.
Yeah. Yes. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, beyond. And who does the viewpoint of powerless even belong to? Because it doesn't belong to an infinite being, oddly enough. So it's like, who are all, allow yourself to perceive all the beings you got powerless from. Wow. Who are all the beings that you took that you received powerless from in a way like, this is the magical elixir, the solution to everything. If you can embody the energy of powerless, oh my God, the world is your oyster. Like, it is the top thing to have. Feel that?
Wow.
Yuck.
Wow. And allow yourself to perceive all of the other beings and all of their stories that you picked up around powerless. All of the just great tales of powerless and how just amazing that is and how cool that is to explore. Are you done with it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, probably.
Yes.
You wouldn't be on this call.
Yes, yes.
So allow yourself to perceive all of the stories, all of the stacks, all of the stringers, all of the implanted points of view, and all of the implanted memories around powerless. Wow. Across all time, space, dimensions, realities, alters, fractures, parallels, realms, realities, no time, no space, no realms, no reality. And everything that all that just really interesting point of view stuff is, can we just choose to destroy and create it all?
I choose
I choose this.
Yes. Rescind, invoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, night bounce. And what is all the personality and identity imprinting around? Wow. Wow, I didn't expect that. Wow, around powerless? Look at all the imprinting that our culture has around victim mentality. Like, unless you're a victim, like, do you remember a time in your life where you chose to cross that line and explore being a victim? Anybody else consciously remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
Where you were like, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I think everybody's fucking crazy, but it seems like that's the only way to get things done here. So I'll go explore. I wonder what powerless is like. And you cross that line into exploring powerless. Allow yourself to perceive that point of creation where you chose powerless to explore. It's just an exploration. Your infinite being knows you can get out of it. It hoped it knew it could get out of it. I know at that time I knew I could get out of it. Later, not so much anymore. So everything that all those creation points are, and all the decision points that were in and around all of that, can we choose to destroy and create all of that?
Yes, I choose this.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, make null void, vaporize, 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 good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond, and there's about a third of you that's not releasing that. So, and I get why. So allow yourself to go, for those of you who, allow yourself to perceive any creation points and decision points you have around powerless, anything left. They may be in fractures, they may be in alters, wherever they are. All the points, all the creation points where you chose powerless. You chose it. And all the decision points in and around that, or that led up to that. And how many of those decision points and creation points were free choice? And how many were disguised manipulation?
Wow.
Bet you didn't see that one. You saw it coming, though, as I was walking there. But, like, it's like, whoa, wow, okay. So when you chose something, you're like, I chose this, and I know there's a reason I chose this, and I'm not just going to let go of it because I chose this for a reason. When you can see how much manipulation is behind your choosing it in the first place, you can go, oh, yeah, okay. I choose again. So everything that are all of those creation points and decision points and all that stuff around powerless, can we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Yes, I choose this.
Yes, rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null void. As a sovereign being, free will universe times Godzillion, make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, beyonds. And what are all the divine agreements, golden agreements, billion-year agreements, trillion-year agreements, all the allegiances, alliances, and loyalties, all the groups and assemblies that you were a part of that decided that they were going to engage this powerless thing because it was the next big thing that was going to change everything. Feel that. Like, they're just points of view. They're all there. There's an infinite number of them in all different directions, fully across the spectrum. They're all just interesting points of view. Where's everywhere that you're aligning and agreeing with being powerless? Wow. Nice. And expand out, perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of it. Wow. And where's everywhere that you're resisting and reacting to being powerless? Wow. Expand out, perceive more. There are these energies like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to look at that. Let yourself look at all that stuff. Just be really real with all of that stuff. It's just information. It's just stuff. It's just an interesting point of view. There we go. Expand out, perceive all of it. Yeah. And where's ever you're defending for powerless? Feel that.
Yeah.
Now that's manipulation. My interesting point of view. I'm sure you chose it somewhere along the line. Everywhere you're defending for powerless. Wow. Expand out, perceive more. Expand out, perceive all of it. Where's everywhere you're defending against powerless? Wow. Expand out, perceive more. Including behind you, all the way back behind you. Wow. Wow. Expand out, perceive all of it. And go back behind you and all the barriers and walls that are here. Can we just try and create all those?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, shirts, present, nights, beyond, vaporize. And go all the way back outside, or all the way back through, out and out the other side, back behind you, straight line, all the way back. Don't get tangled in anything. Just go straight all the way back. If you have to go around the outside to go all the way out, you're looking for a space of free space, just wide open free space. And everything that is sticking here, what would be a really cool way to just kind of playfully make it go away?
Water balloons.
Water balloons. And what might be in those water balloons?
Bombs.
Acid, bomb, farts!
Margaritas.
Farts. Okay, so fill up your water balloons with your choice. With your choice.
Rockets.
Okay. And grab all your water balloons. And ready? One. We're going backwards. Ready? One, two, three.
Wow. Fun. Jaden?
Hang on, we're still going through this, believe it or not. And out the other side, just because we're having fun doesn't mean we're not working. And completely, totally out the other side. And all the membranes that are here, can we just grab there's like this thin membrane. It's like thin saran wrap, like kind of thing. So like, would be a fun way to get through this?
Razor Frisbee.
Razor Frisbee. I said Razor Frisbee. I don't like being on the receiving side of Razor Frisbee, but grab your Razor Frisbee and just go. And then just open that up and climb through the other side, out into free space. There you go. And expand outside of all of this. There you go. Now notice that your mind just totally lost track of what was going on. And we actually just went through some magic constructs, which is what does some weird shit. And there's still some stuff here, but we're going to ignore it and move on. So what is everything that you're righteous for being powerless? Where's everywhere you're righteous for being powerless? And that's usually up here. That's how I explore it. So all of the ceilings and barriers that prevent you from accessing this information, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, vaporize, give and beyond, and all the way up. Wow. And all the way out the other side of righteous for being powerless. God wants you to be powerless. It's the right thing to do. Something like that. All the way through out the other side. There you go. Yeah. And where's everywhere you're defending, or you're righteous against powerless? And all of the ceilings and barriers here, can we just try to create all those?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond, vaporize. And all the way up through righteous against powerless. And out the other side. Wow. Wow. They did not expect we would go here. That's very interesting. Okay. And now expand outside of all of this. Everywhere you're lining, green, resisting, racking, defending for, defending against, righteous for, righteous against, powerless, and put all that out in front of you. Nothing behind you, nothing below you, nothing above you, nothing left or right. It's all out in front of you. Take a step back if you have to. Put it all out in front of you, 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 all out in front of you. There you go. And notice some space there. And everything that all those really interesting points of view are, can we choose to destroy and create our attachment to them?
I choose that.
I mean, they can choose to exist somewhere else, but we don't need to be connected to them. Yeah. So can we just choose to destroy and create our attachment to all these energies?
Yes. I choose this.
Across all time, space, dimensions, realities, fractures, domains, parallels, etc., etc. Yes?
Yes.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize.
Vaporize.
Nine-dimension, vaporize. Vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, octors, business, beyonds. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make null, void. As the sovereign being, free will universe, times the Godzillion. Vaporize. And all the divine agreements, golden agreement, handcuffs, billion, trillion year agreements, black meta technologies, binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds beyond binds, infinitum, signatories. Can we choose to destroy and create all that stuff?
I choose this.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make null, void. It's a sovereign being, free will universe times the Godzillion, sovereign body, free will universe times the Godzillion, make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond, vaporize. I kept rolling there because I could feel there were all these agreement, tangly, bindy things. So I just kept rolling to, and I just keep letting that flow go until it doesn't. There's still a little bit more binding here. I'm just going to let that go before I grab one last sweep at it. So let's do it this way. Allow yourself to perceive everything. Allow yourself to perceive. So we did all this clearing that we did today. Allow yourself to go forward one day in time and perceive what returns or what comes back. And go 1 week in time and what goes forward and what comes back. Wow, we're getting really fucking good at this. And 1 month in time. And 1 year in time. And 1 decade in time. And 1 trillion years in time. Wow. And so everything that any of that stuff is that returned or came back for any reason across all time, space, dimensions, realities, can we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes.
I choose this.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make null, void. As the sovereign being, free will universe times the Godzillion. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make null, void. Make null, void. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyonds, vaporize.
Jaden.
Yes.
It's Lisa.
Hi.
Hi. I'm doing my bars while you guys are laughing and talking. It's kind of fun. I had a cool thing happen when I was listening to Gary and talked to his daughter. Shannon, she has entities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She kept asking him, she said, how come I can't see my past lives, but I could see everyone else's? And then she went, ooh, and he smiled. And he said, what did you just get? And she goes, well, theirs is really, it's not me. There is no me. He's like, yeah, there really isn't a self. It's everybody's, yourself is usually based on everyone else's point of view of you, even through all the past. And it's kind of a lie. Mm-hmm. So from that, I do the clearing every morning of, Lisa, will you destroy and uncreate the I, quotes, me, self, points of view I use to define and confine myself. So there is no me. And it's almost like, so no one has an attachment to you. I say yes in pot and pocket every morning. Like,
can you type that in when you get a chance? Because I'll put that on a card. That sounds really good.
It's really fun because I noticed all the stuff that was sticking me just falls away.
Yeah,
because
that's
part
of that shedding the identity stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put it on.
Like the further I go, I become more aware of who I be, but
there's no solidity. He even warns you. He says whatever is quote unquote solid is not really you, because being is space, not, and all the thoughts and feelings, emotion you have are like the lower harmonics, but the knowing, perceiving, and being are like the higher ones. So you choose things based not on how you feel, but or on what others feel or what's happening around you. But you can create from anything from that space. This is the fake solidity we created. This is me. This is me.
Yeah. So I need to wrap up, but
sorry. Okay.
Thank you for sharing that brilliance. That's like, wow. Yeah.
So basically, we are the Buddhists of access consciousness. Empty self.
So if you could type that up in some way, actually you could type it right in the chat here, or put it on Facebook or something, and I'll pull it off and put it on a card.
You can throw it in there. I'll send it directly to you. That way you can pull out any crap I might throw in.
Cool. No worries. No, it's just whatever clearing you use. That's what we were looking for.
All right. It's a simple one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Just the clearing. It's simple.
Okay.
Cool.
Jaden, something really quick.
So I am.
Can I just thank Sharon for having the courage to step forward and not let it rest? Thank you, Sharon.
Oh, and thank you, Jaden, and thank everybody here for supporting that and contributing.
Totally.
And Jaden, is it possible to just block that piece out, that whole clearing piece, and just give us that maybe on a loop or...
No, that's totally impossible. Sorry. Totally impossible. Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you going to end with some receiving?
We are. Absolutely. No, I figure this time we won't. We'll leave you kind of. Yeah. So allow yourself to perceive all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all the topics and things that we've opened or engaged today.
Yes, I choose that.
Yes.
And everything that all of that really interesting point of view stuff is, can we just choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, vaporize. Vaporize. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshabak, beyond, let all that go. There you go. Yeah. And just allow yourself to expand to the size of the universe, the multiverse, the beyondiverse. Most of you are there already. Beyond that, beyond that, beyond that, beyond that, beyond all of that, into your infinite being. Don't think about it. Just intend it. I just choose to expand into my infinite being.
I choose it.
I choose that.
I choose it.
Choose that.
and that engaged constructs. So all of the constructs that are here and all the shaky, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we choose to destroy and create it all? Yes. Nick Melboy, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond, vaporize, 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 vaporize. And just be in a space of receiving. Full bandwidth, full spectrum, receive. Touch your heart, receive. And I want to say I feel so honored to be connected to all of you. I feel so honored that all of you were willing to show up and play in this space that only we know when we play together. Thank you for the contribution that you be. Even if you don't know that you're being it, you are. It just does that. You just be that. You can't not be that. So thank you for being the gift that you are, the magic that you are, the potency that you are. Thank you for being you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
you.
Thank you all.
Everyone.
Thank you, Jaden.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jaden.
Thank you.
And you know, you're powerless to do anything but that.
That's a really cool viewpoint to play.
I'm gonna sit on the pillow.
I am powerless to do anything but be the essence of me. The potent bitch of me.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
The shadow. Okay, it's Lisa.
That's using it to our simple advantage, right?
Totally. Totally. And with that thought and that laughter, I leave you until next time we meet, which will actually be in a couple days for part 2 of the.
Oh, yes.
And so we will not.
Better.
And how does it get?